Hello boys and girls, Dana Duke here with Art Start, and I'm going to share a book with you today called 8 Keys to a Better Me. Each of you will get a round circle, that's going to be your medal, and then I want you to put at least 5 keys hanging down from your medal of things that will help you remember to be the best that you can be. There are 8 in this book I'm going to share with you, and then you can do as many as you want. You can even do 8. 8 keys to a better me. The first key is honesty. It is being truthful to myself and to others. Being honest helps others trust me. Honesty is doing my own work in school. Now, you know, sometimes you're tempted to look at your neighbor's paper, but being honest is looking at your own work. It is paying for things that I want from the store. And sometimes children will want to just take a little piece of candy and put it in their pocket, but inside their conscience tells us, no, don't do that. Ask your mom for a little bit of money and then pay for it. Telling the truth if I do something wrong. That's part of being honest. And returning something which does not belong to me. If you borrow something, then return it when you're finished. Also, respect is another key. Respect is giving consideration and treating others politely. You know what the golden rule says, right? Say it with me. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's showing respect to others. I respect myself also, helping older people when they need things. Whenever you are around older people and someone's coming out of a restaurant, then I'll open the door for them. Respect older people. It's keeping myself neat and clean. That is showing respect for yourself when you keep yourself neat and clean. If you come to school and your hair's all messed up and your clothes are all dirty and you did not take care of yourself, you are old enough to have some respect for yourself. Get a comb, get a brush, put on a clean shirt. Be respectful of yourself. It's also placing litter into trash cans to keep our world and our environment clean. It says throw trash here. So if you think no one's looking and you just throw some trash down, you are not helping our world and you are not showing respect to our world. It's also obeying the law and cooperating with the police when they try to help me. The next key is patriotism. Most mornings we start with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag. You put your hand over your heart, of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. When you say that and you mean it, you're showing patriotism. It is loving my country and devoting myself to its good. Patriotism shows my love for America. The next one is appreciating my country's story. If you study and go back into history, you will find that the United States of America has a wonderful story of history. So it's appreciating what our country, how we started when we came over on the Mayflower from England, and then we became the 13 colonies, and then we also became the 50, now 52 states. So there's just a lot of things that have happened in our country. It's also helping my parents get out to vote. Voting is very important. If you don't go out and vote, then you're not making a say into what our country is going to be doing with our new president. It's also appreciating those who protect my country. You know, boys and girls, we have men and women who are in our services, our armed forces, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard. All these things are part of our service to our country. And whenever you see a soldier, next time you see one, say, thank you for protecting our country, because soldiers are very important. The next one is kindness. Kindness is wanting to make others happy. Kindness makes good feelings. It's helping someone who needs it. See the little boy here? She's going to push him, or she's going to take him to where he needs to go, and she is showing kindness to her friend. And this one says, taking care of a little brother or sister. Don't pinch your brother or sister, your little baby brother or sister when mom's not looking. That's not showing kindness. You want to be sweet to your little brother or sister. Another way to show kindness is feeding your pet. Before we let our 4 boys get a pet, they had to know what kind of things they needed to do to take care of the pet. One of them, of course, would be feeding the pet. Also making sure our pet has water. And petting our pet, not doing mean things to our pet. So having a pet has responsibility, and you must show respect. It's welcoming new students in my school. You know, this year I'm sure many, many new students have come to this school, and it's very important to make them feel welcome. Raise your hand if you've ever been a new student in a school. A lot of you out there. I know how it makes you feel because I came to a new place, and it was so nice when someone showed kindness to me because I was a little bit uncomfortable in a new place. And that's what happens to new students when they come to school. Also, another key is courage. Say that word, courage. Courage is showing courage is saying no. It's not saying no when your mother asks you to make up your bed or a direction that your parents might give you. It's saying no when somebody is trying to influence you to do something wrong. And you're afraid to tell them no because you might look one way or another. Show courage by doing what is right. This is an old guy here that's saying, hey, I got some cigarettes out in my car. You want one? And it's showing courage to say, no, I don't smoke. Or someone else telling you, hey, these things right here are red and green. They make you feel really good. You want to try some? Unless they're Skittles and your mother bought them for you at the store, say, no, I don't take drugs. So you learn to say no and show courage. The next one is learning to accept the dark and scary things. When I was a little girl, I wanted the room that was next to my bedroom to have a light on. So my mother left the light on for a long time. And then finally, I wasn't afraid anymore. My courage came back so she could turn the light off. So courage sometimes takes time. It's also working and striving for success. In this first picture, you'll see the little boy on the bicycle and he's falling down. A lot of times if you fall down, you say, I'm not going to do that again. But to show courage means you're going to get out and you're going to practice again, and then you're going to be able to ride. A few years ago, I was in a bad accident and somebody totaled my car, totally wrecked it. I was hurt. I was a little bit afraid for a little bit to go driving again. But you must get over your fears. And so I did, and I drive all over now. The next one is responsibility. It's doing what I know is right. Say that word, responsibility. Responsibility. I can show responsibility by doing jobs that my parents asked me to do. Also, taking my own pencil and paper to school. Look right here, he's come to school and he doesn't have his own pencil and paper, so he's bothering the girl behind me saying, give me a pencil, give me a paper. She says, well, why don't you have yours? I don't know, I was playing video games, I didn't pack up any pencil or paper. No, that is not being responsible. Being on time. If school starts at 8 o'clock, you need to make sure that you get up and that you're here on time. It's keeping my promise when you say, I will do something. This person say, I'm going to help you with that. That's called giving someone your word. If you give somebody your word, that means you're telling them that you're going to do it, so therefore you keep your word. When you keep your word, people trust you. If you say you're going to do it and you say, ha ha, I was just kidding, that's not being responsible, and it's not doing right by saying things that you cannot do. The next one is feelings. Be aware of myself and others. Be aware when you feel a certain way. Don't just say, I'm not feeling anything. Think about how you feel. And show your feelings by showing that you care. Right here, this person is helping the little boy that's crying because he skinned his knee, and he's trying to help him by putting a Band-Aid on it. He's showing that he cares, and he's showing his feelings that he's crying because it hurt. Sharing in another person's happiness as well. Whenever someone has something good to happen to them, you have two ways that you can react. You can either be jealous and say, I wish that happened to me, or you can say, I'm really happy for my friend. And when someone has something good happen to them, say, I'm happy for you, and truly be that way. Also, if someone is sad, I had a friend that lost her husband, and she was sad, and we were sad, and we were not afraid to show our sadness, because you are joining in with someone else's feelings. Also, knowing that it's okay to be afraid when you try something new. See, he's scared to dive, but then he's showing his feelings, but then all of a sudden his courage shows up. Sharing my emotions with Mom and Dad. If you're feeling a certain way, you need to go home and you need to talk about your feelings with your parents. Be able to say, I felt sad when, or I felt happy when, or I felt uncomfortable when, because your parents are your very best friends, and also your teacher. If you're feeling a certain way, don't be afraid to tell your parents or your teacher how you're feeling. Sometimes just saying it helps you to feel better. Okay, another one that says, find the treasure of self-worth. When you have self-worth, you don't always talk bad about yourself. You don't say, I can't do that. I'm not good at that. I don't like doing that. Blah, blah, blah. No, better yet, you should say, that's a new thing. I'll give it a try. Or you say, I'm not sure how to do it, but I'm going to give it my best shot. You're trying to help yourself and show your self-worth. Because guess what? You are beautiful, and you are special, and there is no one else just like you. So be happy of who you are. Don't talk ugly about yourself. I read a book one time by one of my favorite authors, and she says, we should have positive self-talk. That means when you talk to yourself, don't say, I'm so fat, I'm so this, I'm so that. Say, I'm going to do my best today. I'm going to get my mind off of myself, and I'm going to think about others. And you talk to yourself about good things. That is showing self-worth. It's feeling good about yourself by being respectful, being honest, being patriotic, being kind, being courageous, being responsible. All those, and recognizing your feelings, all those are showing that you are a person of good character. I hope you enjoy making your picture. Make sure you put a little red, white, and blue, maybe some red, white, and blue ribbons on your paper, because we're showing that we are proud to be Americans, and we are going to practice these 8 keys. Remember what they are. Say them after me. Honesty, respect, kindness, patriotism, courage, responsibility, feelings, and self-worth. All those are keys in your life that will help you be a better person. I hope you like this little book and your lesson. See you next time.